which one's telling the truth. I take it Twitch in this case is telling the truth. Oh, up. Ugh. Blah. We're alive. What I said I stream in a day, right? Yeah, alright. Last time this game has crashed on me while I was playing personally. But otherwise, what I did is I popped in game really quick to basically run down Mana's prison sentence, so she wasn't in jail anymore. Jin ran around a lot to bump up his athletics in the meantime. It bumped it up by like all of 1 or 2 points. I'm playing like independently to make sure that the game is still stable. The one place that I've noticed it being kind of consistently not stable is in the fucking swamp. Go fucking figure the swamp causes problems. Now, I have a mod that's supposed to be good about crashes and do an autosave before the crash goes through. Hasn't successfully worked, unfortunately. So, couldn't tell you what's going on there. Oh shit. Right, before I go any further, you guys aren't going to be able to see this necessarily, but I want to get log sec open. I think it opens on the primary monitor, which is currently covered by Kenshi. It sure do. Alright, put that on the secondary. Alright. So yeah, Mana's out of jail now. And Jindra worked on athletics a little bit. Not really much more to it than that. Athletics is always going to be important no matter the character. Tired, but going. As I recall, also our channel points, manage, it'll just, yeah, there we go. We also want to blow up the requests. Transient Sage. Again, that's probably going to focus mostly on like being a ranger character, with a focus on science when not actively out and about. So we're going to actually take that. Kenshi, Manafa, stream mod. Right, I took down notes on Oddmog will do. We knew that Hamak will buy goods at like nearly 5 times the price. Speaking of, I managed to pick up some tools, and that's probably going to be the first thing. We're going to sell those tools at Hamak to get about 1,500 cats ish. Is another header. Characters. Jin. Wield. Crossbows. Probably katanas as a sidearm. Shouldn't be staring at my Internet Explorer in the background. Can also probably pause because we're just taking a note here. For dex gain. Oh, for a second, I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I remembered, oh yeah, music. To focus primarily on science. Maybe medic. At base. Medic can be focus even when on active duty. Basically means that Jindra's not supposed to do any of the trades. This would be field medic, robotics, and science. But definitely, like, if I do medic, I can do that regardless. Almost. This one. I have to mute it for a bit. Oh my god. I'm muting it, but my D&D group posted a meme that's just all like, the Drow versus Australians. Drow live in a place called the Underdark, and they're exiled from the surface, and they're known for dangerous creatures including big spiders. Australians live in a place down under, exiled by the English, and known for dangerous creatures including big spiders. Ergo, Drow have Australian accents. Oh my god, I hate it. I hate it, but I simultaneously love it. So yeah, that's crossbows and katanas for perception dexterity. Probably would just be wise to be good at turrets too. When on guard or defending base, use turrets. We'll just take that note so that way I don't forget in the future. Ugh! Forgot I made Jindra's hair color green. I'm like, why is it a weird color? Because it's green. Alright. Between the two, yep, Jindra is faster. So we're gonna head over to Hummock first. Offload that tool. See if we can't recruit somebody else with the 3,000. Because I know with the other ones that have been suggested, Sarah, the Lady of Grace, is going to be a Scorchlander. Just based on which character that they were asked to replace then, Swordswoman Gracia might be a shek. Let's see. You doing okay over there, Bellicause? Of the faction Bellicause? No, they are not. We probably don't want to fuck with them. God, I forgot the gender is pretty fucking gangly. Because where we're going, we can probably speak it. I just want to be like, okay, we're low level, I want to be aware of some shit when it happens. Yeah, I gave Jin lockpicking tools. What's up ahead? Yeah, everyone stay on your toes. I don't want to try to run past Crawl's Chosen. That's not exactly a pleasant time. Athletics looks like 43. They run as fast as 19 miles per hour. Catch Jin. They wouldn't be able to catch Mana. me here. The only reason I don't want to run past Kral's Chosen is because they pick fights. I think they're just patrolling around this abandoned town. Might be. Nope, Band of Bones live there, and those are, like, starving bandits. But shekified. Now, if they get line of sight on us. Just one of those things I want to be careful of. Because if they had line of sight on me, would have been bad news bears. Now. Faster. I suppose. Question why we didn't just go around then. Oh. Hello, Jindra. How is you? Worn out? I hear ya. What a week, huh? We'll also actually want to get shoes. Because, in my single-player file, I found out there are areas where you don't want to be running around barefoot. You want to know why? Because the ground's fucking acidic! And I have a mod that makes it so environmental hazards like that are more deadly. So, you know, how does, your feet being knocked out from under you sound? Tell you what, it sounds like to me a fucking awful time. There's a lot of things I've been doing in that single player file. Originally, at least it's not fields of bone spikes. I guess not. I guess not. Thirsty bone spikes. Ugh. But yeah, originally I started a single player file with basically this style of start. Wanderer starts in the hub, worked my way up from like trading between Squin and the hub. Got tens of thousands of credits. Started ruining logic with the AI because I was accosted by the Holy Empire. And they're like, pray with us! And I'm like, go suck a dick! And then lured them to the hub where they just got stuck fighting forever. So as a result, like, I couldn't keep doing trades with the hub. At least not nearly as consistently. And also some other shit was kind of breaking. So I decided to do a hard mode, enslaved start. Instead. Where I was missing an arm. And it was just my character. So there's a reason, probably, why base game the Holy Empire don't enslave skeletons. Because eventually one of them died and the Holy Empire kept being all like, yeah, let's fix you up. Until literally all of the slave masters were stuck trying to fix one character and would not let anybody out of their prisoner cage. So I was just stuck. and couldn't do a fucking thing about it. Had to import that save file to fix that. So that was a thing. Yes! Just remember that you said I preferred powerful but squishy last week. Not that I lean to that, it's I lean to casters, and so many games make casters that. Fair enough. Playing copper alloy plates, not a good place to sell things. Definitely here in Kenshi, that's not necessarily going to be the case. You want to be tanky, just period. Tanky means you are less likely to fucking die. More likely to lose limbs. Definitely a way to put it. If there's anything we can trade from here to Admug, is there? They buy half-eaten books for a somewhat premium, but it's only 3% cheaper here. They buy medical supplies at a slight clip up. Selling any. They also buy building materials at something of a premium. That's a 4% difference. Mana, what do your eyes see from the bartender? Bartender selling anything cool? Looking to buy supplies. What you do have is going to be like cactus, rum, whiskey, and tips. That would be selling it at a slight loss. That's technically a slight profit. That is a 10% difference. So that's 96 to 106. Definitely trade some. Cactus rum is an 8% difference. I don't know if that's necessarily enough. Kind of on the low side, so we're not going to do that. Here, they buy pale ale at a markup. I want to make note of that. So, hummock, pale ale at 115%. Like, to the point that they are overcharging, like, for me to try and buy it. Are you selling a quiver? Nope. Don't know what kind of quiver I'd get for gender anyway. Get the debug character spawner map just in case. God, that's fucking good. Nah, again, that's at a loss. Those are really fucking good. It costs 345 versus 632, but I imagine this is tastier than a fucking corn cube. When it's all that you got to eat, though. You know? Alright. We can probably take this back to Oddmog for a tiny little difference of profit. I don't want to make it just all about going back and forth. We just currently can't recruit anybody. Because I bought shit. Oops. Actually, I could probably just make the run. Very quick so far. Now, life's too short to worry about the small stuff. We know where Squin is. Let's multitask a little bit. Take the meat cube. Also, there is no way that this is, like, not spoiled. You can also take the copper alloy plates, because I think they will... Oops. Mana read that. I'll have Mana run there, because Mana can outrun most problems. Indra, we're going to have you run the direction of Squin. Is this very dangerous? Yes. However, at least until Mana gets way too far away, if something happens to Jindra, I can respond. Speaking of respond, what fucking camp is this? Savannah, how? Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. That skeleton eye is at least worth a couple thousand cats. Are there any dogs nearby? I don't see any. They're currently roaming. We're looting. There's also a ninja blade. Even though it's shitty grade, get it to Jindra so Jindra has a weapon. Ninja blades here. The proper spot. Grab the animal teeth, animal horn, and the skin as well. The raw meat and the other weapons. Hey, now get fucking going. Yeah. Like, at worst, it's a couple thousand cats. That's really fucking lucky. There's a couple of uniques in Squin that are recruitable. One of them's Ruka, that I know that you can recruit entirely for free. Which, again, we want to avoid unique recruits. I actually looked to see if there was a mod that could, like, remove unique recruits. I couldn't find one. At least on Steam Workshop. I didn't bother looking on Nexus mods, but there might be one on Nexus mods. At this point, though, if I did find one, in order to actually make use of it, I would have to import the save file, I'm sure. Because it would just set their spawn flag to false, I'm sure. Like, I would imagine. It can't be that hard to make it so they don't spawn. Positive mon will be okay. Look at the size of that. It's like a metal skeleton. The game is so cool sometimes. Unfortunately, I don't think... Yeah, if we wanted to get Jin a crossbow... we would need... Well... Hummock is possibly a place where we can get a crossbow. Yes and no, really. Like, you could definitely restock on some ammo there, because they're bound to sell crossbow bolts. They don't have a dedicated crossbow vendor, though. Squin's not a place to get it. The hub you can... But the hub is not the best place to do that, I think. Lana's basically there. Frankly, we both made it to your respective destinations almost at the same time. I somehow made this math problem work out. Don't ask me how. Just go here to this trader. One of the traders has the possibility of selling tools. in case. The last thing I need is a very pissed off gate guard on my ass. Oh, also with the mods that I've got installed, I'll talk about the faction more in depth when we find them, but there is a faction that is actually a bunch of bounty hunters. Except they're kind of dicks. Value hiding in those ruins. Actually have prisoners. Let's see there. Let's take some notes of Swin. We're gonna kind of start dividing these into factions. Trade with Shek. So Oddmog is their capital. Swin is in the border zone. Big bags are technically a trade good, huh? It's also good to note, like, where you can get the best deals. Trade. Oops. Assume an unlisted item is either sold at 100% or not. There we go, high risk. Just blindly sell. Also, for that matter, that is a problem. Because so many other factions are like, Skeleton Eye? We do not need a Skeleton Eye. So we're going to hang on to that then. God, they don't need animal skin. They will also sell the copper alloy plates at a discount.
This will be a sweet song.
Really? I'll sell you the animal teeth. There's only so many cats I can get for that, though. Cool, glad I wasted my time. Frustratingly... Why do you have lyrics? Remove! Anyway, sleeping bags. I think I saw 77%? 78%. Close. 77%. Water at 85. Not that it's really worth it. Water at 85%. Vodka at 113%. Tequila at 101. That's actually pretty close to 100%. It's just 1% up. Oh, huh. That's weird. Actually highlight something to be replaced by my cut. But then it didn't. Ugh. Okay, I guess that's good that they sell medical supplies at a higher rate. Well, I guess percentage-wise that is technically 100%, but that's still 4 cats more than the going price. Tequila at 100%. Slightly above MSRP. Something I do actually want to point out, too, is that it is fucking pointless to try to sell weapons to towns with the overhaul mods that I've got. Shit just does not sell for anything. One thing that could make base game kind of busted is that you could just run around scrounging for weapons, and they'd sell for reasonably well, especially if they were high quality. So you just find katanas and shit and then sell them to towns because they sold for the most. Not so here. Like, see, buying price for a rusting blade is 446. To sell it to these people, 27. It's like, fuck me running. You're better off trying to sell that, like, yourself at your base. Like, fuck me. Rum sold at 87%? We know that Admog buys cactus rum at 96%, but this is bugs. Oh no, this is cactus rum. Oh. That's a 9% difference. It's not a great profit, but it's something of a profit. Oh, I'm sorry, I wrote down tequila twice. This is whiskey. Cactus rum at 87%. I know, this is very dull. Okay, medical supplies at 126. Would that I could go back and forth faster. Food items are never going to be different. I don't think that's significant enough of a difference to note. A basic first aid kit is 115%. Now, we already know that, like, the hub will pay insane prices to buy medical supplies. Not this medical supplies, mind, but, like, actual first aid kits. Splint kits, 93%. Which, like, is okay, but then that just turns into, this is what I'm going to do, just, like, spend my time for the next 5 hours or whatever, chewing tobacco at 92%, which just isn't fun. And also, if we can, we want to make it so we're buying from every place that we're selling supplies to turn around and sell somewhere else. Actually quickly comparing some stuff. Okay, so we can technically buy tequila and cactus rum from here to turn around and make a profit back at Oddmog. Apparently Oddmog just does not have as good production of those particulars, but hey. Armor shop, traveling shop, which is where you can buy, like, your first aid kits and shit. And then general goods trading store, which is what I want Jin to check out next. We know a Hammock will buy pale ales at a pretty respectable price. We've already taken a nod or a look at Oddmog, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm pretty sure I got the authentics. I'm going to have to, like, break these down to categories. I'm going to do that on my own time, though. Those are medical supplies. The authentic, yeah, we already got that noted. Something has changed. I think the buy and selling rates change as time goes on. We might have to run this tequila to Squin. It's not impossible that this is just the wrong merchant to try to sell that to. What you got? Simple rugs at 93, 90% for steel bars. That cactus for 97. I mean, immediately I can see that they don't seem to have tools. Which is a problem when you're trying to sell that. Chewable leaves sold at 72%. That's incredibly cheap. But this is like the worst of first aid kits. Like, it was modded in, even. And neither weapon nor armor store. Won't sell us anything too good. Not gonna pick the lock. Trade. I mean, you got hacksaws. Do you got tools? No? Fuck you, you're worthless to me. Excuse me. Try the bar. Otherwise, these prices may just fluctuate too often to, like, make a reliable list, unless, like, it is of a significant difference. You sell tools. We got our first ad break coming up. Standard first aid kits being sold at 96%. Yep, okay. That can hold both kinds of bolts, or all kinds of bolts even. Oh my god, they buy books at 128%. Yikes. What about the half eatens? 122%. They're in desperate needs of those. Advanced, 93%. That's odd. That's odd that they're, like, buying that, or selling that at such a weird rate. You'd think the more advanced first aid kits, they'd be like, we're not letting go of that. I always have such a hard time picking out the authentic skeleton repair kits. Repair kit at 5%. Skeleton repair kit at 93%. At least they're, like, accurately priced. Right. This thing. A small meta crate that is easy to take along when traveling. Removes the stolen status. Allows, like, your medkit stuff to stack. Because otherwise it just takes up your inventory, which is kind of dumb. but also is a little game-breaking. Got tools. Now we know we can make a pit stop at Hammock to sell that. Let's try the bar. Kind of where you're supposed to sell drinks. Nope. Nope. Yes. $696. 112. Price of vodka stayed consistent. Not a whiskey, though. Whiskey's up to 102. Rum and tequila are both down to 96. So it seems that there's some fluctuation, actually. Okay, so it's not a good idea to, like, keep track of the pricing. At least not when it's insignificant. Things that are worth keeping track of are, like, bigger things like this. So we'll actually make note of that. Thank you, bot. But I apply instead. Alright, so Oddmog, we know that they will take medical supplies. Technically listed at the moment at 128%. Yep. But it's because they buy at plus 10% MSRP. But got it. Pretty much any other trades are going to be very dependent on some things. And then for that, we can do trade with tech hunters. I think the specific trade is that they buy tools at like plus 100 or something like that. But yeah, at the moment, we're going to take what we got. We're going to run it to Squin. Mana can make it, even though nighttime's a little bit more dangerous. Oh! Actually, there are ads there. Alright. Let's take a break. Get up, stretch, do what you gotta do in order to stay as healthy as you can be. Otherwise, don't go anywhere. We will be back with a more Kenshi. I'll see you guys in a bit. Is OBS fucking lying to me again? God damn it, OBS. I step away for like all of a minute. Anyway, back to it. No, I'm on it. Just keep running on the air. It makes it a lot easier to get all the way to Squin. How? Wow, okay. Jesus Christ, because they're buying it 400% MSRP. Which is just insane. Yeah, that's a 464% price markup. That buys it plus 400% MSRP. Market sale resale, or market sale resale price. Which is just absurd. We'll make note of that. At 158%. Buys it plus 25% MSRP. So notably, they don't like buy or sell these at a markup because that's what leads into them. Plus 50% for engineering research. %. Looks are at plus 4%, which is kind of funny. We'll sell him a skeleton eye for that price. Under 32%. Electrical components are plus 10. Or 18, which is not much, but anything else that's very much a straw? We're trying to make note of shit like this. Where it's like, oh my god, apparently there's a fucking shortage of these things. Makes sense for tech hunters. Gears are plus 10% as well. 121%. Might be able to hire somebody else. Be good just to triple check how much you sold your rum at me for. Oh, right. Right. That was the one that you had. Fuck. Why are you buying corn at such a high price? Granted, you need a shit ton of corn, but... Pale ale at 115. Haven't really gotten too far yet. Jinder, is there anybody cool here that we could recruit? You're not recruitable because you're part of the mercenary guild. You're a plastic surgeon. You're a pacifier. Hortus, though he's likely going to cost 6,000 cats, so not recruitable. For the time being. I say that because he actually has equipment. Tech Hunter Recruiter. Hiding in the other store. That's the Adventure Headhunter. That is a World State Checker. Confiscated? That sell it to me at a discount, admittedly. Which sucks, but what are you gonna do? Take the tech notes off your hands, though. Also, Jinder, don't shove those into your quiver. What the fuck, man? Or Jin. Just hold on to them. Yeesh. Not what your quiver's for. What we've got? You. W. We don't want to pacify them. We got here. Honk, who is Honky. Find Lady Dealer, World State Checker, again. Hunter Headhunter, Heads or Tails Dealer. Third Dealer. Onk is a child, not recruitable. Because of self-imposed rules. Don't know if Sakan buy that at an increased rate. We can try the Hive Village, I suppose? Though in this case, I feel like it's too big a risk without being duoed because... I forget what that... But, it's called Vane. Vane, as a region, is kind of dangerous. Mostly because of beak things, but, I mean, hey. Better safe than sorry. Though if we do go out there, there is a possibility that we can recruit hivers. Hivers are sometimes cheaper to hire than the other races typically are. We might get lucky in that endeavor. Promises, though. Squin. Now you got the crossbows aimed down. I see how it is. Alright. Get this off our hands real quick. Nighttime, so buying things is kind of out of the question. Yeah, the shek aren't pleased that they couldn't sacrifice their lives pointlessly. Right, we passed by the hives. I'm gonna try to stick to the road, so we're gonna go to Hive Village East. And see what we can find there. Fuck, I wish I was drunk. This town again. You haven't been paying attention, have you? But okay. So, Jin will be able to start working on katanas and dexterity once we get into some fights proper. Because right now we're going to stay pretty low level. Because we're just fundraising at the moment. But we'll get there. We'll figure it out. Again, I can't stress how pretty I've made this game. Just with this nighttime skybox. Just, mwah. So good. I love it to bits. It's a hair risky, but let's speed up just a bit. Nope, still just 18 miles an hour. Don't ask me how they're able to run this fast. I have no earthly idea. Like, we are traveling at speeds of an automobile. For several minutes. My eyes deceive me, that is the Hive Village we're after. Oh, there's the gate. I'm like trying to find the gate. We'll find out if anything in our inventory is worth a damn to the Hivers. This is also good to figure out. Because then, like, when we go adventuring, we're going to be exploring ruins and shit. To get the stuff stored inside. Obviously. So we'll want to get our hands on it. and it's best to know where we sell it if we can't make use of it. Gonna give me the 3rd degree. Let's see if they've confiscated anything. Nope. That is a Hive Trader. What do we got? You don't say. You don't say. Piss. Okay, definitely not from here. Right, the Lantern of Radiance, which you buy at 2,400, but you sell back at 1,200. Because fuck you, that's why. Don't buy those. Okay, and then robotic components are 111, but minus 15%. We can buy medical supplies somewhere cheaper. It's in our best interest to sell it to the hivers. I took note of that. Yeah, because it's not a big increase. Because, yeah, The tech hunters do buy this at plus 10% MSRP, but currently they're only buying it at 118%. So it's not a great gain of money. Don't get me wrong, it is a positive increase, but it is not a great gain of money. Sure the water's acidic? Okay. Do you sell anything interesting? Nope, just authentic skeleton repair tools. And then hive legs and arms, as well as economy legs and arms. Which the only way that the hive limbs differ from the standard limbs hive limbs lack a couple fingers. Except the feet. Or legs, rather. Hive legs don't have feet. Soldier, soldier. I can't tell if that is a drone or a prince under there. Plastic surgeon. Okay, that is a drone. Yes, a water pipe. That's precisely what that is. I don't... I don't think Sebastian is recruitable. I think he's just a prick. Alright, squeaky door song. Check the other hive village. Picked up gears, though, which we know we can turn around and sell. Outside of here. That's what we will do. Oh! Good old determining how to make money. Oh. Got there. Starving bandits. We are not likely to win. Only 3 of them. Which is not typical. Oh, well, shit, if it's gonna be a 1-on-2. Ow. Ow. We won! What's our prize? Black rag shirt. And some ragged half pants. That will fit in there. Good job. You won't die. Jindra, service your wounds first. Then Mana's wounds. And that gave us a martial arts skill. How's slow Mana? 10%. Alright. Well, hey, we got ourselves a bounty. Starving bandit, not really a big deal, but we're heading in the direction anyway, so may as well turn him in. Those other starving bandits are going to be all like, hey, Vitex. So, what'd you do to piss off the shek? Vitex? If he starts dying, we'll patch him up, but I don't want to waste the medical supplies if I don't need to. I also forgot we technically stole that off somebody. But yeah, good lucky game. Might be able to get the funding to hire somebody that's experienced. And an experienced hire would be pretty significant depending on the type of hire they are. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're far enough from them now that we don't have to worry about them coming to fuck me over. Okay. And then good times were had by all. Goodness gracious. I'm very excited to play more Yakuza 6 come Sunday. Like, I've been kind of thinking about it all week, like, I'll play more of it. But I've also been thinking of, like, kind of like in my idle time, I probably want to play, like, Final Fantasy 9 or something. Because, like, this week, I took it easy on playing Kenshi. Mostly because, like, the game fucking crashed on me in my single-player file. That by itself is not a big deal. I'm mostly just griping because I can. Like, I already know this game is not the most stable software. But it gave me an opportunity to, like, take a look around at the other games that I've got to play, and I mean, watching one guy play Final Fantasy VIII a little bit and makes me go like, maybe I should play a Final Fantasy game. And I want you to register the words that I am saying, because it's like, I say play Final Fantasy IX, but of course when watching somebody play Final Fantasy VIII, I too want to play Final Fantasy VIII. Much as I will have a terrible fucking time because I don't like the draw system. I think it's horrendous. Money, please? Thank you. Said no bonus, but gave me 200 credits for my troubles. Whatever. Guy should count himself lucky. Ace is a unique. Get what money I can from his junk. Oh my god. May as well, like, bought those at a discount. I think no matter how I'm slicing out, I'm buying a standard grade. It's a shame because they're not going to have anything to help. Like, perception for the head. And ideally for a ranged character, we don't buy them something that makes it so they have a harder time running. How much does this cost? Oof. Yeah, no. Though, that's kind of big. That's very handy to have. It's not worth fucking... I'll have to consider coming back for it. Well, Monica could use proper pants. Think about it. note? I mean, apparently you buy these at 128%, but you don't have the boosted percentage. Nope, nothing really to note there. For some reason, you guys won't buy animal products at, like, anything worth a rat's ass. Seeing anything that's like universal gain. Shinobi Thieves. The Shinobi Thieves are here. Harp is a thug. Goro, Kong. Uzebka. These are all Shek. Gecko! Your name is Gecko? That's silly. I'm sorry, what the fuck? You're a tough cookie, I ain't gonna try to fight you. That's funny, though. Other characters are hiding somewhere. These guys tend to have confiscated goods. I wonder if there's anything worth a damn to buy before I head up to the tech hunters. Under Guardian Alp has unique dialogue. Oh. No. I haven't been lucky with hauling anybody in. Unfortunate. Oh. Oh, wait. God. Mana, you're going to outrun Jin! Jin sets the pace! You know the route's... Okay, what's going on over there? Like, are they just fighting bandits? Can I jump in? Like, what's going on over here? No, they are fighting Krall's Chosen, actually. Not sure how much help we can be. Dude lost his left arm. I don't think we were of much help. Highlanders, Shek Kingdom. I was gonna be like Fighters, Keepers, Losers, Weepers! Guy's got a long cleaver. Wear that on the back. Strip of shit. I mean, you don't need to work on your strength, Jindra. Unless there's another of like Krall's Chosen that's got a bounty. I'm not looting all of their shit. Yeah, okay, you can put this guy down. Mana, by contrast, will carry him. Mana's got strength to work on. And I guess we're turning around and we're dropping this guy off at the Squin. I will do that as part of the ad break. Get up, stretch, do what you gotta do in order to stay as healthy as you can be. Otherwise, don't go anywhere. We will be back with more Kenshi. I'll see you guys in a bit. I got water. Let me mix it with my drink mix stuff. Also, I turned in that bounty. We got a couple thousand cats for it. We got another bonus of 200, even though the game's like, no bonus. It's like, hello? Are you lying to me? I feel like you're lying to me. Ba-da-dow! Ba-da-da-da-da-da-dow. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-dow. Not me over here like, oh my god! Boom! Ba-ba-da-dow! Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da-da! Ba-ba-da-da! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da! Da-da-da! Da-da-da-da! Ba-da-da-da! Da-da! Da-da-da-da! I have some too much fun sometimes. I wasn't expecting fucking Bob on Battlefield. Granted, I should have. This is Popsky shit we're talking about. Ugh. Oh, I was like, oh yeah, my partner is out. That means they're working, so I gotta pick them up at 8:30. No. No, they are presently with their sister. Well, I was going to wait on buying Mana more pants, or Mana a new pair of pants, but I guess since we're fucking here, may as well buy them some pants. Also, it might be a decent idea to give Mana clothing to give a debuff. Get rid to talk to the merchant. 2 martial arts, which by and large means I'm going to be buying shit like this. But since it's expensive right now, we'll hold off on it. I don't need plated. Samurai cloth pants it is. We'll buy the wolf hat. Why not? Minus 22 perception. It literally like, I can't fucking see out of this damn thing. That's basically what that is. Like, I can hardly fucking see. Not only do I lack peripheral vision, but I can't see a fucking thing. Or that just makes me worse at crossbows, but makes me punch better, which, for very early on, we kind of want. Don't give a shit if they buy Crawl's Chosen crap. Alright, Mana doesn't look that, like, silly with samurai cloth pants. But in a way, we kind of look like adventurers now. I mean, if you ignore the fact that Mana looks a little silly with a wolf headgear piece. Okay. Back to the original goal of going to Hummock. I wasn't expecting to be sidetracked by some combat on the road. But I mean, try to get our experience where we can. You know what else? Think about it. If I could find a cure for hunger. coins I would make. Jin, is there something you're not telling us? But the last game clearing poll, I think I said this on stream, but somebody advised me, like, don't play Final Fantasy 2 as your friend, like, don't do it. I'm gonna do it. Nothing's gonna stop me, I'm gonna do it. I probably don't want to do it on, like, my own time, because that shit sounds awful, and I would rather record my suffering for the sake of posterity. I hate that my waifu cup's got a fucking leak in the lid. Me upsetty spaghetti. Final Fantasy 2 isn't that bad. Final Fantasy 3, on the other hand. See, you two would have a lovely conversation about which is actually worse. Because from my perspective, Final Fantasy 2 has a decent story, awful gameplay mechanics. Final Fantasy 3 has solid gameplay mechanics. What the fuck were they smoking for that story? Because it just does its own fucking thing, from what I understand. Like, how many airships do you fucking crash in Final Fantasy 3? Like 4? No, I think I'm being hyperbolic. I think it's 3. The issue with Final Fantasy 2 is the learning curve is like a 500-foot cliff. And that's putting it mildly, I think. Final Fantasy 3 starts out breaking your shins and gets ruder. Yeah. Yes. Not much. But we still made a small profit. Excuse me. Ugh. Well, in theory, we could take these and turn them into books. You crash one ship, others get lost. In less silly means. I mean, one gets fucking shot down. Because fuck you, I guess. I count that as it be getting crashed. Whoop, whoop, what the fuck's going on? I'm gonna say, that looked fucking one and done. I guess somebody's in prison now. Oh, fun. Can I loot him? Maybe. Oh, I didn't sell this off the fuck my back. God damn it. Anyway, loot. 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 Look, the villains understand how useful airships are and don't want you to have them. Yeah, but I think the city shot you down in that case, so it's like shot you down because they're like, airship! Villains have the airships! And you're like, what the hell? Just flying here. Quick, while the guards aren't looking, steal his shit. What? No, I didn't strip the guy for what he's worth, officer. You must have the wrong wolf head wearing shek. Maybe. We're still a little shy. They're gonna be like, I don't suppose you have medical supplies, do you? Fortunately, it does not look like you do. Now, do you have medical supplies? Love that when he turned to talk to Mana. Fuck you, I guess. The answer to that question is no. Damn. Okay.
Oh, you been waiting on it, 'cause it's been a while. Here come the old boss with a new style. I rolled 20 bits.
What? As those songs play, I'm just removing them from the playlist. Okay, I'm actually going to talk to you. Are you like the Adventures Guild recruiter? Oh no, you're looking for people to join the Tech Hunters. Okay. We ourselves are not going to join Tech Hunters. That's not our MO. What, doing out here, man? Just hanging out? Alright. Sticking around the Sten Desert doesn't look like it's going to be our best bet. The only issue is I don't want to be running across the spider plains. Or coming around here, because that's where a big bounty is, and that area is full of fucking flesh spiders and blood spiders. But the alternative... Or, I'm sorry, skin spiders. The alternative is to go through the swamp, which is likely to crash my game. And I sure as shit do not want to head back to Mongrel. At least not until Mana can run at like athletic skill 50 or so. And then can be a supply runner, because that's some dangerous trading right there if I ever heard of it. Ugh. The problem is, without cutting through the swamp, we even have to. It's distasteful to make any sort of deal with like the United Cities and stuff, which unfortunately do run their trade out south. If I wasn't uncertain about it, running into the swamp isn't a bad idea. See if we can't find some way to make some more dosh. We don't want to peddle drugs, because we're not evil. Well, evil, put in quotes. People are allowed to do what they want, but we'd be trading in shit like cocaine, and I ain't gonna do that. Nothing soft like marijuana or shrooms. Nope, it's just cocaine. Tower. Want to stay away from Sakara. car, so let's cut through this way. Barney, you got an hour. Silly Billy. But yeah, so far my catalog, the big Final Fantasies I still gotta do are 2 and 3, 8 and 9, 12 and 13? Maybe? I'm not doing the whole 13 trilogy, and you can't make me. Wandering Trader? You are not a Wandering Trader. I can talk to you. Which, among those, I would actually be very down to do, like, 12 and 9. Less so down to do, like... Well, 12, 9, and 3, maybe? 12, 9, and 3, maybe. I'm down for. Less down to do, like, 13 and 2. And then, we already know my opinions about 8. I think 8's story... At least, from the perspective of understanding that, like, it genuinely feels like so much of it is lost in translation. Because, like, Squall as a protagonist does not strike me as, like, oh, this guy is hateable. Right? Like, no, he's not likable, but he's not hateable either. He's just... The dude is such a fucking social loner. Like, maybe he's supposed to be characterized as a very strong type of neurodivergent and sucks at making friends. I don't know. And a lot of his plight is fair. The dude is thrust into a leadership position and he doesn't want to be a leader. That's fine. It's so much of his attitude besides the fact that he really grinds my goddamn gears. He's such an asshole. And it... From my perspective of what little I know about Final Fantasy VIII, it doesn't really seem like he grows much through the story. He's a pretty static character. Which is just miserable. I may be wrong. And I would be willing to eat my shoe over it. Okay, maybe not that far. But I'd eat my words. I'd be willing to eat my words over it. Not good. Not seeing anything that looks like... be linked to, you know... Oh, good! Here we are on the Spider Plains. I know this border is not reflective, but that's because the border got redrawn due to one of the mods. But we are now in the Spider Plains. I... not necessarily want to be here. I thought that was a camp of some description. There is apparently a village. I'm gonna have Mana scout ahead. Because the thing is we're like very much southern Sten Desert, and apparently, like Sakar, apparently we're in Sten Desert again, so it's, Spider Plains kind of enveloped this much. The shek supremacists kind of live out here, and if Jin is spotted by them, he's a moving target. Like, they're going to want to kill him and or capture him. So we need to figure out who the fuck owns this village. Discovered a ruin. Oh! I don't think we want to talk to them. I don't think they're friendly. We're gonna have to move around that town. Let's determine what's going on with this ruin. Like, I assume that this is like a village ruin and not like a you can find some good loot here ruin. Seeing shit. Oh, no, those are towns. And yes, this looks like a town. Empty Ruins Sten. Yeah, they're fucking empty, alright. Shit. Start moving down this way then. Back to the Final Fantasy topic. And then, of course, like, and I've spoken of this at some length before, Final Fantasy IX just has such a good reputation, and from what little I have played of it on stream, no less, I have enjoyed myself, so it frankly seems like a perfect game to play while at work. Or maybe because of how fucking tedious it is, Final Fantasy VIII would be better. I mean, I at least have a coworker that's like, Final Fantasy VIII's the greatest of all time. As much as I make fun of him with that tone of voice, I like my coworkers, so I'm mostly just... I'm being nitpicky about the opinion. So, if anything, I am the asshole with the wrong opinion. Anyway, and of course, that's like one of the Final Fantasies that he recommends to people. And I'm just like, why would you do that? Why would you recommend that to people? Yeah, no, we don't want to go in the middle of that. The Berserkers are not friendly people. But again, I am biased, and I just don't like the draw system. The junction system is neat, but I don't like how everything scales to your level. Let me be clear, you can do a level scaling system, and it can work well. The trouble is when your whole game does it. That's when it turns into a very big problem of, why? What's the point of leveling up, then? And, as can be said in Final Fantasy VIII, what is the point of leveling up if everything's gonna level up with you? I can say the same thing for Oblivion. Though there are quests that require you to be a certain level. Why level up? Right? Leveling up's only gonna get you killed. Faster, might I add. Skyrim, leveling up, only gonna get you killed faster. There's only like a handful of exceptions in that game where you should be of a certain level. Like, you're probably not gonna kill Alduin at level 1. Let's be real here. What other games do that kind of bullshit? Honestly, I don't remember. I'm sure there's at least one or two more. I just don't have the best of memories. Level scaling stuff just drives me up a wall, because from the perspective of design, you know what that is? Lazy, for one. Also, very, very, like, prone to padding. Got another den out here. What sort of den is it? Wolf den. We got wolves. A shoddy quality ninja blade rather than prototype. A blue bolt chopper. But the wolves are there. We're getting closer to the swamp. So I'm not saying there is a high possibility that the game will crash, but there is a possibility. We'll just stay away from the wolves for now. Because I still want Oddmog and the general area of the Sten Desert to be our area of operations to start. I'm not sure if we want to establish a home base or an outpost there. Because I remembered from reading a guide that south past the Spider Plains, past the Bug Lord area, oh, I only moved this far. I thought the game crashed. There is an area where, yes, you do have to deal with some wildlife like beak things. But you can establish a base, and you are free from being taxed by literally anyone. I just don't think it's minerally rich, so it's quite a location to set up a guild. It is a choice. Discovered an outpost. I think that is a quick save again. Like, join our adventurers guild. Where is it? Past the deadly spider plains. Oh, that's not really recruitment friendly, is it? But we wouldn't have to deal with being taxed. Because the Shek Kingdom, their taxes, they take your food. I have no idea what the United Cities tax is. And of course I'm being biased. I don't want to deal with them because they deal in slavery and shit, and it's very much a ew, ethics kind of thing. One of those, like, we don't want to be like the other faction that I was talking about. Like, we want to be the actual good guys. While at the same time, we're not going to actively cause trouble. That doesn't mean we're not going to be a dick to people that enslave people. They're just out there like, yeah, we're making an honest living. By what? Making people do work against their will? We have a camp out here. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what this outpost is. I do not know what this outpost is. Blue Cleaver Outpost. I mean, yes, it's a gang. That's a lot of people in this gang. Let's not fuck with them. Yeah? Yeah. There's two of us and like 30 odd of them. Let's not... maybe not. Nah. God, I don't want to be in the swamp right now. There's a village here. I think, not an I know. Where are you going? If we want to train up our swim skill, though, the swamp is a place to do it. Because while swimming, most hostile creatures can't touch you, because the waters are deep enough. Though in most instances, you don't need the swimming skill. The fact that it exists is kind of funny. Because the way that it describes itself is that, yeah, it dictates how far you can swim, and how long it takes before you start drowning. There is no implemented drown mechanic. Meaning, you can swim infinitely. So really, it just dictates how quickly you swim. And there are so few areas with water that you, under no circumstances, need a swim skill. The swamp is like the only place with any amount of water worth a damn. And even then, like... Oh, fuck me. Because of shit like this, you don't want to be in the swamp. Hate that, hate that, hate that, hate that. Okay. Is this... Oh, that's not a camp, that's a nest. Why isn't it represented by a fucking paw print, then? Cool, we're not going over there. I was hoping for, like... maybe some humans we could fight and learn a thing or two. Oh, I hate you. Oh, I hate you. Uh-oh. Grouping spotted. Are they gonna start coming over at us? I have zero idea if we're actually in trouble or not. It doesn't look like it, but I think they know we're here. We're actually going to turn back then. Oh, fuck, yep. Keep running. The only person he can keep up with is Jindra, and even then, that's a barely at that. Head start we got. It'd take him a while to catch. Oh, fuck, we gotta swim. Fingers crossed he doesn't have a good swim skill. Run, 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 run. Quick save just in case shit crashes. Though, frankly, if shit crashed, that means his aggro and, like, who he spots is reset. Oh, fuck me, why? He has double our speed in the water. He just can't attack us. Do I think we stand a chance in a 2v1? Do I think he's being followed? Ow. He's a stronger opponent. We'll learn a thing or two. Jindra's not taking... Oh, no. It's him that's not taking a lot of damage. Got him flanked, at least. Marnie, in like 45 minutes. Ana hasn't taken a lot of damage in important places. Jindra has. Get out of the water, Jindra. He's in the water. And? He doesn't fucking care about that. Jindra's lost use of left arm. That's fine. Jindra's wielding a one-handed weapon. Jindra's out. Negative 17. Negative 14 is the lowest. Mana's not gonna be able to run away necessarily. Hope then is that Mana takes a light hit to the chest and can wake up faster. That was not a light hit to the chest. Nope, that's death. Fingers crossed, don't break the game. His aggro should be reset. Yep, it was completely reset. Yeah, I only reset because there was zero way we could recover from that. That was a death. God damn, we put up a decent fight, but sadly we just rolled poorly. So what did we learn? Nothing, because we had to reload the instance, so these characters never went through that. But what did we, in a meta sense, learn? Don't fuck with the blue cleavers. It's a shame, because we ultimately aren't going to get 2 points of martial arts skill. Swamp Village North. Who the fuck are you? Okay, well, you actually are a wandering trader by the looks of it. Or not. Fuck you too, then. And I'm just consistently quick saving because... And it may be just because, like, I was too far zoomed out why this would crash. But if it does crash, I'd rather it crash after I have made at least a quick save. Hard save is preferable, but I don't want to be hard saving every, like, 5 minutes. We'll probably make a hard save at the next break, which is coming up in, like, a couple of minutes. Don't you love playing unstable games, though? What the... thing. Oh, that was a thing! Those are dogs! Oh, those are dogs! Run! Mana, run! Oh god, they're after Mana! Ah! They know! They know I'm not a wolf, so they're trying to kill the imposter! They realize I'm not one of them! Mana shrieking as she runs into the distance. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, problem is that wolves attack really fast, so they are not a good target to try to fight. Damn, you're keeping up the... Okay, yeah, that's why. 19 mile per hour run speed. That wolf decided it wanted me for lunch. Okay. Yeah, and see, that's also why they're a terrible target to try to fight. Nope. Also, ow, Jindra, might I ask for some first aid? Where the hell did you come from? Okay, we made it to the Swamp Village North, which is owned by the Hounds. I think the faction is important. Also, these are, like, some of the handful of villages that will not stop you at the gates. Like, period. Let's make a hard save, because ads are going to play, and I said I would. Overwrite my single-player file, please. I would be so sad. Alright. Let's take a break. Get up, stretch, do what you gotta do in order to stay as healthy as you can be. Otherwise, don't go anywhere, because we will be back, and we will continue our little Kenshi playthrough. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, we're back, baby. We have made it to the swamp village, which is called Treefall. Okay, I'll have to feed the cat in 30 minutes, so I'll briefly disappear when that happens. How the hell do you get in? That private? That's private. It's also for sale. Sorry! I thought it was maybe a shop. Get off my dick. $105. It's technically a small gain, but perhaps we can get something for better. But yeah, see, hashish, cocaine. Like, boy howdy, we can buy it. Oh my god, they need medical supplies out here. God, that checks. Okay. Who are we dealing with again? Oh, you're just part of the Swampers faction, specifically. Trade with Swampers. Street ball. Medical supplies at 164%. Well, they sell rice wheat at a discount, though that just makes sense. Don't think anybody's going to buy that at like a decent price. And goes for dust berries, minus 25% again. Poppies at minus 25%. Seems like some... I'm sorry, an opium block is at minus 50%. What the fuck is it for? Hemp is in an interesting position. Because hemp itself is illegal in the Empire. If I'm not mistaken. No, it's illegal in the United Cities. Which is really fucking weird. Like, I get why, but it's also illegal there. Poppy and hemp are at minus 25%, 79 and 73 respectively. They also sell the opium block at apparently 50%. And it actually specifically says minus 50% MSRP. Probably using that term wrong. Seems like most illegal drugs at minus 10%. At 105. We just won't be buying it at that much of a discount. Because at most we buy 10 for 535 times 1.18. Text. Nobody. Pull up my calculator real quick. Because, like, 535 times 1.18 turns into 631. Multiply that roughly by 10, we basically make 1,000 cats. That's really not worth the time or effort, because we can't turn that into much else from there. We'd be better off if they had tools, because then we could buy that at 300, and then turn that into 1,500. A 1,200 cat profit for one item. We could deal in the illegal drugs, but, you know. Sell. Tobacco at minus 15, coca at minus 25. At 78%. What sort of swamp animals do you got? Swamp raptor, domesticated. Swamp raptor, domesticated. Swamp turtle, domesticated. Of course, they're very cute. That's the hound jail. What you got? Other than more drugs. Okay, you do sell that at an increased price, but the problem is we can't sell it back at an increased price. So, that's just a don't. Don't buy that from them. Medical supplies. Let's have medium thieves backpacks. Which just, they only reduce combat speed. Armored hood, Legion helm. It says neck, so it actually takes up the belt slot. Cap. Hey, tools! What do I do? You actually buy animal skin at an increased price. Not fangs, though. And you don't buy bone dog heads, which... fair. Square goggles for the face. Buy those. Those are always cheap. Also sell fuel at a reasonable discount. Not bad. To think I used to enjoy the warmth of the sun. I ain't bailing these guys out. You fucking crazy? I was hoping you had, like, confiscated goods for sale. Sometimes you can recruit people out in the swamps. That there's a plastic surgeon. Barney, you got, like, 30 minutes. Toothpick, who I think is actually a unique recruit. Like, I seem to recall that name. Well, we can buy Gohan at a discount here. Sake. Sake is sold at minus 25%. But wine is bought at 25% more. Duly noted. That checks out. They can make sake easier than they can wine. When we spend the caps to pick that up to sell. Meat and barley rice soup. Remind me I got fucking curry in the fridge. Okay. I think from this, we can make a run back to Hummock. Just gonna check your dialogue. Nope, you are not a unique. Oh, right, because you're a hiver. You are a hiver prince, no less. Forget it for now. We're mostly trying to see if we can't find some females to recruit. That is a very weird sentence. We're looking to recruit some ladies to fill out the names that are still in the hat. But noted that Toothpick is not unique. Okay, this is pretty alright. We do know if we wanted to trade sake to the United Cities, it would sell for a very reasonable price. Still don't know why anybody would, like, settle in the swamps. That's such a bad idea. We'll speed up a bit. Just the one thing I don't want to run into are, like, blood spiders. They will fuck my day up and possibly make me have to reload. Okay, we're good. And hey, we can see the way station from here. The border zone where we go from normal weather to fucking dust storms, which, depending on where you live, is normal weather, I suppose. Just now Jindra is no longer affected, or Jin rather, is no longer affected by dust storms because goggles protect eyes, which means dust storms are 100% protected from. Did I ruffle a few feathers with hivers? Southern Hive. Well, they just don't like me. That's a them problem. That's still pretty good. Because let's sell this first. We can sell that at full price. That turns around and goes from like 2/3 of that, well, 3/4 of that into 100% of that. Which is not bad. Not bad at all. I'm wondering all of a sudden. I think the hub sells medical supplies for at least a halfway decent rate. Outside of needing to, like... stop everywhere we're looking. Fuck. Okay, can we maybe not get too close to them? Because I would... Okay! So, Black Dragon ninjas are assholes. I think their leader spotted us, because otherwise we would be dead. You got 15 minutes, Marnie. You can wait that long. Should be far enough. Hopefully, Czech Kingdom will actually give us a solid price on sake. I kind of doubt it. Fingers crossed they do. This would be a perfect opportunity to see about getting a Lady Shek for Gracia. Because then we can make somebody that's, like, using sabers primarily instead of, like, katana. Because if anybody's going to use katana as, like, their primary weapon, it's going to be Serre, Lady of Grace, because very high dexterity or desire, meaning use katana, meaning have incredibly high dexterity, which Scorchlanders are arguably the best at getting dexterity. Shouldn't have anything. They might think alcohol's illegal, which would be funny. Bag check? A bag check. Okay, without meta-ing too much. Okay, 1. Okay. Another 2%. That's not great. We have a map of the Shek Kingdom, which we only learned about last stand, which you know where that is. 5 in Slayer Tower. 1,000 cats for that. That's not worth it. Let's at least recruit somebody. Mihail. Dude. Cannon is a lady. Oran is a lady. Somebody we can sell legally gained goods to. Ace, I think, is a unique, though can't say for sure. Boy's a dude. Atlas is a dude. What'd you do with that? We just sitting around down here. Lena looks like an albino shek. Or thug. Really quick, just double check. Okay. I don't necessarily want Gracia to replicate Mana's whole deal. Hey, there's Ruka. I'm starting to wonder if she existed or not in this town. It's like, I know she exists, but, like, apparently NPCs really do walk around that much. Just how things have been modded. Gecko, what the fuck? Are you called Gecko because you're a Zentreya lookalike? Hold up. Like, hold the fucking phone. Okay, what about me? Okay. You will talk to Mana. But not Jin. Racist. But with generic dialogue like that, this should be okay. Deal. Shek, subrace. Really? Bog standard Shek? What's the plate in it? Weaponsmithing, attack, strength. Bad at dex. Bad at crossbow smithing. Not great at athletics, or stealth, or farming, or thievery, or robotics, or cooking, or science, or dodging, or assassination. Oh, I can't quick save. Well, fuck me. I don't have a model for this, so I'll see you guys in an hour. Not genuinely. Probably gonna take those shoes for Mana. Guess maybe, uncertain. I was gonna say, that short? Yeah, no, you were at max. Do frame 105. Oh, my back. No. I just think most of those are really funny. 80, kind of slumped shoulders. I mean, I could go that route. Just tall as can be. I think her pretty tall. Because already, like, spotting her from a distance, I'm like, Jesus, lady. Broad shoulders. Not the super bulkiest of arms. Salty-sized hands. Chest. Whoop. I am big, motherfucker. I keep that within reason. God, Jesus. Yeah, no, seriously, I slightly. Could actually make her less than flat-chested. Relatively flat-chested. Okay, my partner's coming back home. Oh, well, they are home now. Don't that just beat all? I was gonna get up and feed the cat. Still gonna do that. No, because from a distance I mistook them for a guy. Make her androgynous. Well, I was doing stuff. Welcome home, babe. Fair. Thank you for your patience of my sudden disappearance. Fiance came back home and I took the opportunity to feed the cat really quick. Oh my god. Make the neck so thick it's like its only neck. I don't know, you want to keep talking? Barely. Depends on your volume. Well, I didn't see it moving, so.
Chat, can you...
Have you told a lie in your life? No. The fuck? I hadn't. Oh. Oh. But do you ever just take a character creator and you fuck around with it? Alright. Eyes depth. From the front, it looks normal. I got bad peripheral vision. I'm watching you. Hang on. Recreate the Futurama meme. Don't mind me as I'm being a funny weirdo. You're so fucking tiny. What? Okay. Well, I think I have succeeded in making this individual rather androgynous, if I do say so myself. There we are. The dex skill is bad. That doesn't mean we can't make sabers work. I don't know. If Jinder is here, what dost thou think? I also just think the name Gecko is funny. We will go with her as Gracia. The androgynous Shek. Are they a man? Are they a woman?
Yes.
Well, there you go. Also, they're like twice the height of Mama. Well, no, they're at least 3 heads bigger or taller. Just don't need her to be like super adept with hackers, because hackers are for killing robots. Right. So because she costs 6,000, she's a more advanced character. So she starts with higher stats relative to us. That said, though, we have quite the head start in athletics, so we're gonna broaden our horizons a bit. I think it's random. Do it military style. Alright. As we're gonna play, so let's take a break. Get up, stretch, do what you gotta do in order to stay as healthy as you can be. Otherwise, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Kenshi. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, we're back. We probably won't go too terribly much longer, but we made decent progress. Another recruit. Some more bandit whores? What? Okay, hold up. What? I know that the curses and insults are picked at random, but excuse? Speed up. You know, why do we even do this? Because we believe in it? I don't know, real meta question to ask there, Mana. The dialogue stuff is actually kind of funny. But it does help make, like, things feel a little bit more alive. Because it feels like people are talking to each other and everything. Discovered the lone shack. Not the lone shark. That would be hilarious in the world of Kenshi. Because it's like, hey, where's my money? I'm sorry, what? You owe me 50,000 cats. Why am I surrounded by like 300 people? I brought like my two toughest guys. Like, that wouldn't work out too well, I feel like. Unless it was like a noble that made that kind of a loan. Alright. Holy Nation outcasts. Hooray! We can technically go into the Holy Nation, but like, they're racist. And it's really fucking hard. And we don't smuggle here. Actually, shit's that's cute. I got 100 beat things on my kill tally, not to mention the occasional bone dog or swamp nymph. Bullshit! You have any? Nope. They also only buy it for 100%. United Cities. Definitely can't trade it to the Holy Nation. Let me make another section. The hub. I think the biggest thing, yeah, they buy all medical supplies at plus 150%. Percent MSRP. But otherwise, I'm not sure if they sell anything at a discount like they engage in trade. I guess I'll find out. Well, they also buy medical supplies at plus 50%. %. Sell anything at a steepened discount. Oh no. Okay, so all... Okay, I see how it works. Yep. So all skeleton repair kits they buy at 150 plus, or 150%. It's weapons and armor, though it's kind of a piss poor store. We will then check the bars. Sell anything on the cheap. They also sell drugs. But again, we are not drug peddlers. Well, they sell brandy. Holy Nation. Highlanders and Holy Nation. Double fuck the Highlanders, then. Mana. Jin? Where'd you go, Jin? Yeah, it's hard to justify going to the hub to involve it in trade. I was hoping they would sell something at, like, a reasonable price that, like, we could sell and trade in, but nope. I mean, we'll check the Lone Shack, but likely that's not going to have anything either. Lone Shack, I don't think is part of the Holy Nation Outlaws. I think it's its own faction. Weird. Oh, that is a campfire. What the Way out there, then. They're nomads, okay. The lantern light. What is this? Trade ninjas. Alright, well. What do the trade ninjas have? You will not buy my sake at a higher price. Well, fuck you too. God damn it. Apparently they buy hemp at a higher price? Plus 4%? Are sort of broke, so let's turn around and turn it into some cats. Yeah, no. Trade with trade ninjas. What's this location called? Stumble in. Like, I guess I'll note that they'll buy hemp at a higher price, but that's not really something I should be trading in. Well, we will turn around and go back to the hub. Are they? Oh. Oh no, they're getting in a fight with the Black Dragon ninjas. Well, moving on. Not getting mixed up in that. This one time, my cousin would farm swamp turtles for cats. You know, out of context, that sentence is a sentence. Because, like, outside of the context of Kenshi, say that out loud and then think to yourself, what? What do you mean you farmed swamp turtles for cats? Like, poor swamp turtles. Also, what happened? What happened with the cats? You know? Orphans? Orphans. We are not fucking with that. We're an adventurers guild, not an orphanage. What the fuck's going on out here? Dust bandits. Dust bandits is happening out here. Alright, come here, give me money. By give me money, I mean... Jen, stop stuffing shit in your quiver. What the hell, man? There we go. Basically doubled our money there. Since it's on our radar, let's head to the outpost. Quick save. And get going. Also, oh God, I didn't even announce this in Discord. So, yesterday after I ended stream with Battle Shapers, you want to know what happened? I kept playing the run, and it made it a very fair distance. Like, all the way to the final tower fair. In fact, that run got so crazy that I fucking won. Why is it that I can't seem to beat games that are roguelikes on stream? The second I start doing it off stream, easy as can be. Fuck is this streamer bullshit? While Gracie's running, we're gonna keep it at 1x speed. That way I can kind of keep an eye on the game out of the corner of my eye. I'm going to make an entry for Gracia. Build sabers for the defense. Booster defense. Boost dead with a D. Yeah, think fighter, not paladin hard tank. What are we thinking for out of combat duties? Hey, we made it. Okay. I'm thinking if Gracie is going to do tasks. Why do y'all not have any lights on? If she's going to do tasks, she should be a laborer. Okay. Buy my sake? You will buy. Oh my god. Okay, so shochu and sake. You also have some sake. Trade some tools for it. 312. Okay. We'll make notes of this. Then we'll pause time flow so that way nothing gets too crazy. So, focus on laboring and engineering as duties at base. Yeah, and then Gracia can be a weaponsmith once that technology is discovered. When on guard or defending, base, vanguard, gate guard. Or not even vanguard. Or not even vanguard, yeah, no, so like... patrol town. Yeah, patrol base. So we're thinking... yeah, thus medium armor, not heavy. Most shek are like stereotyped as wielding like super big fuck-off swords and shit. Let's not do that with Gracia. Have her wield some sabers instead. Another small thieves backpack. What kind of quiver? Okay, we've got the standard quiver, which I think is fine. Because depending on the type of crossbow we give Jin, we're gonna want to be sharp about that. The glorious holy map, which has like literally everything about the Holy Nation on it. Oh, right. We also want to write down. Trade with the Adventurers Guild. The fuck? fuck is this place called again? Ishijuku. They have shochu at 183%. And that was plus 50 MSRP. Wine, brandy, and mead all at plus 100. Jeez, I feel dumb. They buy chewing tobacco at a uptick. Alright, so sake, they buy at 148%. They buy wine, brandy, and mead at absurd price ups. So that's duly noted if I want to run all the way back in this direction. Do want to buy as much as we can as far as medical supplies go. Just for the run back. We'll do basic first aid kits because it'll basically double my money. What do we have up there? Is that actually a camp this time? Why is that green fruit? Also, that shit's a veggie and you know it. Discovered the unknown tower, which is actually the Dust King's hideout. Huh. Got a book. Looks like it. Fucking Black Dragon camp. Okay.
No, it's a protein.
Smart ass.
Oh, it's a protein.
Well, hopefully the Black Dragons are not at home, so I can steal that book that they've just left lying around. We don't need it at the moment, so I would be able to turn around and say, well, not really worth selling, honestly. I could sell it to the tech hunters, but not a good idea. Just doing some more note-taking. I feel like you gotta do good note-taking if you're gonna do something like this. I don't see any characters, but see, that's where the like, being lulled into a false sense of security can happen. Yeah, because they're fucking sleeping. Tinder's not as good at stealth. Doesn't fucking care. Okay, let's go. Okay, so the typical value of this is 649. Might not be worth trading. Oh, fucking dust in me eyeballs! Alright. Yeah. We're gonna start making our way back. Yeah, I think it's still going to be difficult to include the hub in something of a trade loop. Just don't have anything to trade. Nothing that the places that I currently have discovered will want to trade in anyway. Alright, so we'll offload the medical supplies that we do have to the hub. And then we will probably call it a stream, because we made decent progress. Another recruit. I haven't found anywhere that I'm like, oh yeah, no, this has to be our base, regardless of the taxes. So, I'm still erring on, like, going down this way. Ultimately to make our base, like down here. Because it'll be far enough away from being taxed, and we won't have to worry about it, while not also being in swamp territory. You could also consider being, like, around here, in, like... I actually don't remember what this is called, but this is the Boneyard, this is a Upper Boneyard. We don't want to go east. Also, this location is ultimately, like, our final questing destination as an adventurer. But of course we want to work up to that, right? Get to that point where we can actually build an outpost out there and bring the fight to who's out there. Because that is a major concern of multiple people, is who's out there building a fucking skeleton robot army. Hey, look at that. Doubled our gain. Get you a backpack. I love how it's colored brown. Is there any reason to also buy some electrical stuff? Not really. Make a little bit of money. We're gonna buy back one, so that way you have something. You don't have a splint kit. I can't buy a splint kit here for Gracia, because I think it's just wise that all characters have something like that on their person. unfortunate. The answer is no. Damn. Okay. Alright. Shows us pretty much the entirety of the Holy Empire. Yeah, so that's all territory we want to avoid. There's also meta rebirth up in here, which is a labor camp, basically. However, nothing to do about it. Oh shit, Bad Teeth is part of them. Okay. I just know that Blister Hill is their capital. But because our Adventurers Guild is going to take in all types, doubtless we're not going to be working with the Holy Empire. Alright. I think I'm going to necessarily... I definitely think we need to make some fucking cats. So I may take some time off stream to do some trading. And do my best to avoid combat, while also only getting Gracia to basically gain athletics. Because it's going to be slow going, but athletics is one of those skills that everybody needs. But yeah, definitely saving me time taking notes, having transitioned to, like, here's what these people have to trade. Or rather, this is what they are buying at ludicrously high prices, because I don't want to waste my time trying to sell shit that, frankly, they aren't going to buy at a reasonable price. Those swappers will buy skins at, like, what did they buy it at? Like 120%? Because it was plus, like, 20% MSRP. Something like that. Like, they were willing to pay more at Treefall for those skins. Whereas most other places, like, aren't willing to buy animal components. Add one for mana, even though I have, like, the best idea for mana. I actually do want to double check really quick if that's the case. Yeah, stealth thievery is good, but not able to take advantage of assassination. Actually has few downsides. Willing to make her a farmer. She doesn't even do engineering good. To focus on farming and cooking. At base. Crossbow smithing. Available. Not intended to be on guard. Will be part of base defense. Alright, I think that will do it. I am gonna go get myself some dinner. And by that, I mean I'm gonna wait like 30 minutes for rice to cook, and then warm up my curry, and go from there. Other than that, methinks this was a rather productive session of Kenshi. as is the want. We all have backpacks. Mana and Jin have okay armor. Not the best. Mana's technically wearing prototype black rag shirt and stolen martial artist binding. Gracia was recruited, and because she's an advanced recruit, she actually has okay armor. So we still want to get Gracia a new weapon. We still need to get Jin a crossbow and Mana. Mana's just gonna be Mana. She's gonna kick people's ass. That's what she's gonna do. But other than that, yeah, folks, thank you very much for sticking around to the end of the stream, or however long that you stuck around for. The Kenshi streams are definitely going to be more chill, as it's going to be. Your time is one of your most valuable resources, and hopefully you had a good, relaxing time. With that said, is there anybody I mean, I'm currently watching Zen in the background. I mean, what? You didn't hear me talk about that. Well, I mean, Dove's still doing streaming for their birthday weekend. Today's their birthday proper. So let's give her a warm, happy birthday, shall we? So with that, folks, please remember you are always welcome here at Mana's Potion. And I'll see you next time. So in the world of Kenshi, how much do you think a working computer would go for?